Meantime, in Washington, we're continuing to track the analysis, the impact that we seem to be garnering out of the Bloomberg National Poll. It paints a very dismal picture for the White House right now. Americans are angry. Americans are frustrated at the state of Washington right now. Is this going to actually change the way we do business? Is it going to spur any kind of action? Let's get some analysis right now from Washington Executive Editor Al Hunt. So, Al, this is a pretty bad report card. Does it change anything for members of Congress?
Probably scares them a little bit, Margaret. We talked yesterday about what a bleak poll this was for Barack Obama. It ain't much better for Republicans. Voters are angry. They are frustrated. Almost half say they've given up any hope for Washington doing anything. And Republicans get bad grades not only as a brand name, but on particular issues also. I think you are seeing rhetorically a more conciliatory Republican leadership now. I'm not sure about substantively, but I think that reflects the mood out there that, hey, would you guys stop yelling and screaming at each other? Right.
Well, it would be nice to think that that would somehow change the kind of negotiations that are going to be happening for the super committee. Am I being too much of an optimist?
Oh, you naive optimist, you, Margaret Brennan. It would be nice, and it would be nice if there were, you know, we could turn all of our swords into plowshares and all that stuff, but it's not going to happen. I think the change is principally rhetorical. As we said all along, they may get some of that tax stuff in the president's jobs plan, but don't look for a whole lot of collaborative and cooperative ventures in Congress over the next 14 months.
Well, speaking of that, on the jobs front, we do know that John Bennett is making a speech later today on the economy and outlining the Republican perspective on how to create jobs. We're also going to see a jobs bill from the majority whip there. I mean, what can we be expecting? Is this going to be a complete counter to what the White House put forward last week?
No, they'll have some of the stuff in there on the payroll tax. It'll mainly be anti-regulatory tax cuts. It'll be very familiar in that sense. I don't think anything terribly surprising. And the point of it, again, is that we don't want to be depicted, they say, just as the party of no, just as negative, just as anti-Obama. So we want to project ourselves as having a vision for the future also. I'm not sure how credible that's going to be, but that's certainly the attempt.
You know, it's interesting to see that if the election was held today, those polled by Bloomberg still said more would vote for Obama than would vote for the frontrunner, Rick Perry.
Yeah, that's true. That's among not just all Americans, but among likely voters, too. Perry does not do nearly as well as Mitt Romney does in matchups against Obama. And the problems that Rick Perry has, who is the front runner in this poll and in others, the problems he has are just not the head-to-head. He has a net negative unfavorability with American voters, and on some of the issues, controversial issues, Social Security, global warming, evolution, he's out of step with a rather sizable majority of Americans. So that poses general election problems if he ever gets the nomination.
All right, Al Hunt, Washington Executive Editor. Always good to get your perspective.